everybody. Today, we'll be discussing about artificial intelligence. I'm Dr. Jitha Nair. I'm an assistant professor in Albertian Institute of Management. So let us move on to our video lecture. In this era, the major buzzword is artificial intelligence. Right? Now, many of us are not very clear about what exactly is this artificial intelligence. We are hearing that our camera is AI enabled, our car is AI enabled. But then what is this artificial intelligence? Let us look into that. So artificial intelligence is a subfield of computer science concerned with symbolic reasoning and problem solving. Now, I have collected many of the definitions of artificial intelligence which can be used to explain what exactly is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a behavior by a machine that, if performed by a human being, would be considered as intelligent. Or it could be a study of how to make computers do things at which, at the moment, people are better. Another explanation is it is a theory of how human mind works. Now, I could say that it is simply the replication of human behavior or human thinking or human intelligence onto a machine. So, the experts in this field are trying to do or trying to replicate human intelligence onto a computer. That is artificial intelligence. Now, what are the objectives of artificial intelligence? The first objective is to make machines smarter. In olden times, what happens is like, there is a set pattern or set algorithms, and machine used to behave only in that particular pattern, right? So it cannot take decision on their own. But with the advent of artificial intelligence, it is possible for the machines to take decision on their own. Second objective is to understand what intelligence is. In order to have artificial intelligence, what we should do is we should understand what exactly is human intelligence or how the brain of a person works. Only then we can replicate onto the machine, right? So the second objective is understand what intelligence is. Now the third objective is to make machine more intelligent and useful. Sometimes we need to do a lot of repetitive tasks in a job. It is very tedious. You have to sit and do the repetitive task again and again and again. But if we could teach the machines to do that process, then it is more beneficial for us. It makes the task more efficient. So in order to do that, machines can be made more intelligent and useful. But the question is, what is the sign of intelligent? How will you say that a person is intelligent, or what is an intelligent behavior? The first sign is he or she can learn or understand from the experiences. That is the first sign of intelligence. The second sign is to make sense out of ambiguous situation. So when you are faced with an ambiguous situation, if you could relate or if you could understand, then that is intelligence. Third is respond quickly to new situation. So when there is a very or a crisis, in such situation you are able to respond at that point of time. That is intelligence. Use reasoning to solve problems. That is again the sign of intelligence. Next is to apply knowledge to manipulate the environment. Again, that is also a sign of intelligence. How will you know that a machine is intelligent? Right? There is a way. Alan Turing, in his test, he introduced a test called as test of intelligence or Turing test of intelligence. So what he says is that a computer can be considered to be smart only when a human interviewer conversing with both the unseen human being and an unseen computer cannot determine which is which, right? So you converse with both the machine and the person, and at a point of time, if you cannot distinguish between who is a machine and who is a person, then at that point of time, you can say that the machine is a smart machine, right? So this is one of the most commonly used test for intelligence to measure the machine's intelligence. Now, coming to the characteristics of AI, one of the basic or one of the most important characteristic of AI is the symbolic processing. Now, what do you mean by symbolic processing? Before moving on to symbolic processing, we need to understand how usually a machine works. Usually, a machine understands only two aspects, that is zeros and ones. But in AI, it is different. It understands the symbols, right? That is why it is called symbolic processing. So instead of zeros and one, AI can represent using the knowledge using a set of symbols and use these symbols to represent problems and apply various strategies and rules to manipulate symbols to solve problems. A symbol is a string of characters that stands for some real world concept, for example, product, customer, car, etc., etc. Right? So when you process this, when you are able to process this, that is one of the biggest characteristics of AI. Then second biggest characteristics is the way in which you approach the problem, right? In olden times, what happens is like you have a set of flow charts, or you have a set of algorithms, and machine works only using that algorithm. Now it is not like that. You have something called as heuristics. Heuristics is nothing but rules of thumb, right? The way in which a person is supposed to think, it is heuristics. Another beautiful characteristics of AI is inferencing. Now, what is this inferencing? Inferences is something which you are able to infer from a lot of facts. That is inferencing. Through AI, we can actually inference, or you can arrive at a decision. Another important characteristics is the use of machine learning. Now, what is this machine learning? And learning, for a human being, learning is the most important part, right? This is how a person develops. So likewise, for a machine, the machine actually learns through trial and error, or through the previous knowledge, etc. So machine learning, this is another characteristics of AI. Now, how does AI works, right? So it takes or arrive at a decision based on these three concepts. One is reasoning. Now, what exactly is this reasoning? Reasoning is inferencing from facts and rules using heuristics or other search approaches. That is reasoning. The second method in which AI works is using pattern matching. Now, matching is attempt to describe and match objects, events, or process in terms of their features and logical and computational relationship. So it's just like the way in which a child matches the pattern, right? Third is the knowledge base, right? So through the knowledge base, AI is able to develop a set of huge knowledge database. So it just keeps on adding to the existing knowledge base based on their experience. In order to appreciate artificial intelligence and our natural intelligence, we need to understand what makes artificial intelligence differ from natural intelligence, or rather the advantages of using a artificial intelligence. One is it is more permanent. Sometimes it may so happen that human beings tends to forget about the knowledge that they have acquired over a period of time. Simple example is our mothers may have a set of recipes, but over a period of time they will just forget about a specific recipe. That is one advantage of artificial intelligence over a natural intelligence, that is, it is more permanent in nature. Once it is entered into the knowledge database, then it is there for a longer period of time. Second is ease of duplication and dissemination. It is easier for the computer or the smart systems to disseminate and duplicate the knowledge base. Third is it's less expensive. Once the knowledge database is set, or the database is set, then it is less expensive. Then another advantage is it is consistent and thorough. Another advantage of AI is it can be documented. Then it can be executed in certain tasks much faster. You can actually execute tasks in a better manner, or in a more efficient manner. It also can perform certain tasks better than many people. Sometimes it may so happen that when it is a repetitive task, what happens is you tend to get bored, you tend to miss out important aspects, etc. That will not happen in artificially intelligent systems. Then what is the advantage of natural intelligence over AI? That is the biggest part. That is the creativity and innovation. So a person can think out of the box when you are naturally intelligent, right? You can have creative solutions to a particular problem. It can also use sensory input directly and creatively. It also can apply experience in different situations. Now, the application part of AI. AI is everywhere. AI is now embedded in our life in such a way that we don't actually realize it is AI. It is a multidisciplinary area wherein it is derived from linguistics, psychology, philosophy, computer science, electrical engineering, mechanics, hydraulics, physics, optics, management and organization theory, chemistry, physics, statistics, mathematics, management science, management information system, etc., etc. So it is a multidisciplinary approach. This is one diagram which explains beautifully about how AI can be represented. So here it is the application areas of AI, and here it is the disciplines from where AI can be derived. You can see simplest example that I can quote is games. Today you can find n number of games which is used from AI, and speech understanding, autonomous robots, intelligent tutoring, etc. These are some of the examples that you can quote for the application of AI. So the major areas are expert system, natural language processing, speech understanding, robotics and sensory systems, computer visions and scene recognitions, intelligent computer aided instructions, automated programs, neural computer game playing, etc. Now, these are some of the commercial products which uses AI. Our car's anti-lock braking system, ABS, it is supported by AI. Then automatic transmissions, it is supported by AI. Video camcorders. Now, many of our smartphones are using AI technology to capture the images. It is there. Then appliances like your washers, toasters, stoves, etc. are loaded with AI. Then help desk softwares. When we have a problem, you just go to the site and there is a chatbot. It works on the principle of AI. Subway control, metro rail control, etc. working on the basis of AI. But even though AI is everywhere, you must not detect the consequences of that also. Like Elon Musk said, the danger of AI is much greater than the danger of nuclear warheads. By a lot, mark my words, AI is more dangerous than the nukes. That's what he said. There are consequences also. Unless and until you use the technology wisely, it may be a bane to the human mankind. Thank you so much.